What's up, people? Another episode of Real Ball Talk. Uh, Quick match reaction, just like we did last week on the Arsenal game. For any Arsenal fan, today's result is much, much better, which I'm sure you all be happy to hear. But yeah, as you come in, do make sure to smash that like button, people. Um, Big up Jalil. Roll to 200 subscribers before the end of the month. Let's go. Yeah, man, my bro, 100%, 100%, my bro. Obviously, it's a late night, so some people got things to do. So yeah, man, we keep it moving, we keep it moving. I'm not even sure why the comments are coming up like this, but yeah, people, subscribe and like the video when you come in, as I mentioned. But yeah, man, let's get straight into it. Conscious of the time. So we know what it was: Slavia Prague nil, Arsenal 4. Brilliant result for Arsenal. Absolutely dominated the game from start to finish. Came out with a great tempo. Big up the opinion Guna in the building. Big up, bro. Great performance. Yeah, man, 100%. Brilliant performance from us. Look forward to your match reaction. It's definitely gonna be a positive one for sure. Which is gonna be nice to see. You know, that's all we've been wanting for as Arsenal fans. We've just been wanting to yeah. There we go. We're back. But yeah, man. Where do we start off? Obviously, um, yeah, we started off very sharply. Within, you could tell from the off, we were playing at a different tempo to what we were doing last week. Um, and yeah, very quickly we had a disallowed goal. Um, which was good play all round. I think it was Smith Rowe that was caught offside in the build up, even though it was very, very marginal, it looked like. But, you know, in the Europa League and Champions League, obviously the rules with the VAR offsides are a little bit different, where they don't show the replays until after it's already been reviewed, not like the Premier League, where you can see it at the same time and you can see the lines come up and everything else. So, yeah. And then straight after that, Arsenal didn't let that get to their head. And we played, and within a couple minutes of that, Pepe got the first goal. I was happy to see him start because he's been deserving it. He's been making an impact when he's been coming on. Even though Martinelli was harshly dropped, you know, when you win 4-0, you can't have any complaints. So yeah, Pepe, good goal. Smith Rowe, nice ball with his left foot through the player's legs. And yeah, he put us 1-0 up. And then a couple minutes later, play down the right, ball whipped in, man gets fouled, and then penalty kick, and Lacazette slots it. We all know Lacazette's a brilliant penalty taker. At Lyon, he scored about 10 penalties a season, so there's never any doubt. Only reason he hasn't really been taking penalties for Arsenal is because it's been Aubameyang, and Aubameyang is also a quality penalty taker. So yeah, and also on Aubameyang, I saw the news just before the game that he contracted malaria while he was on international duty. So yeah, he's in hospital at the moment, but he said he's recovering well, getting better every day. So yeah, man, force out to him. Hopefully he can recover as soon as, so he can rejoin the squad and play a part. Because you know, even though he hasn't been on form this season, you never know. Aubameyang can always get a goal, so that might be crucial in the next round, which I'll touch on shortly. But yeah, after Pepe's goal and Lacazette's penalty, then very nice play, managed to get the ball shifted over to the right-hand side. Saka, very decisive, straight away, came on the inside and shot, kind of deceived the keeper near post. Excellent finish, excellent goal. And yeah, it was nice to see Saka get back on the score sheet. He's been a little bit off form the past couple of weeks, which is understandable given he's only still 19 or 20 years old. But important for him. And yeah, that was essentially game over, tie over, because as soon as we got the second goal on the night, it meant we had to Slavia Prague had to win the game outright because we would have the away goals advantage moving forward. Big up Ted Addy in the building saying Crockett, Nicholas Pepe. Yeah, man. Pepe did his thing, man. He was very good today. Very good, very assured on the ball. Finished his chance very well. And it's good to see him get a run of form, you know. Yeah. Arteta's finally playing him. Took him a while, but it's good. Hopefully Pepe can keep up this run of form. Big up Ed in the building saying Arsenal struggled against a poor team, decent win. Yeah, I mean, I don't want to take away too much from Arsenal, but Slavia Prague are a poor side. I think Leicester didn't play their first team when they went up against them, and then obviously they did defeat Rangers. But I know Rangers are Scottish champion, but the Scottish league is never really going to be a great barometer for how tough a side is likely to be. So I know Slavia Prague hadn't lost at home in like a year and a half, so you can't take that for granted. But at the same time, they are mainly playing in the Slovenian league, so that's not going to be high quality. And then I'm not sure who they had in the group stages of the Europa League. I think Bayer Leverkusen were the only decent side. So, but you can only beat what's in front of you. If Arsenal had gone out today, then people would have rightly laughed. But we did the job. We're through to the semi-finals, and that's that. And then obviously Lacazette, second half, got the fourth goal, nice finish on his left foot. I think that moves him up to 17 goals for the season, which low key for Lacazette is pretty decent. I don't think he's actually ever reached 20 goals for Arsenal in all comps in a season, which is kind of mad when you consider we paid 50 million for him. Lacazette obviously brings the all around game. But yeah, it is what it is. Big up Jaminho in the building. Big up, bro. Good evening. Yeah, man. Good. You should have said good evening, because that's what we're going to be playing next. Unai Emery. But yeah, man. And you know what? Last but not least, credit to Arteta, because yeah, I've been very critical of him. I still have a lot of doubts, but for tonight, I know who you are, man. You're Jamie, bro. Jamie, I know who you are, man. I know who you are. I can see the name change, but I recognize the DP, man. So it's all love. It's all love, man. Good to see you in here, man. Always a pleasure. Always a pleasure, bro. Credit to Arteta too. We were very compact and attacked in numbers. Yeah, that was the thing. We were very swift and sharp. We were very swift and sharp with our breaks, very incisive, and that's what it's about. Sometimes you can overplay and not play at high intensity, high quick enough tempo. But today, we're very sharp, very incisive, played through the lines quickly. We made our dominance told very early. We just kind of came on the pitch and said we're the better team, and that's what we needed to do. So it was very good from Arsenal today. And yeah, credit to Arteta. He deserves the credit today. When you perform as well as we did today and win as easy as we did, you can only give him the credit. So big up to him. Ed saying Pepe, Saka, Laka, Smith, Rowe should be behind the play. Behind should be the play. Yeah, because that's a good balance, because Smith Rowe's techie, can recycle the ball, can keep it well. Saka can keep it well and also run with it at speed. Pepe's more of the pure out-and-out runner. And then, yeah, you got Lacazette to kind of nail it all together. So, yeah, I mean, I'm not mad at. I'll be very happy with that. Or Martinelli coming in. But, yeah, if you told me that's who we're going to play in the next round, because I'm certainly not going to get carried away and say we got... Let's face it, everyone wants it to be a Man United Arsenal final, right? Because we all know about the rivalry between the two sets of clubs stemming from the early 2000s between Wenger and Ferguson, Invincibles, the United treble winning teams, etc. Yes, and we know it's also Arsenal United is not just that, it's the social media rivalry is immense. So the banter between the two sets of clubs will be insane, because if United were to win all his first trophy and Arsenal win nothing, and we'll probably finish at ninth. But if Arsenal win, we're somehow back in the Champions League, which would be absolutely incredible after the season we've had. So that's what everybody wants. But let's pay respect to our next opponent, which I will touch on shortly. Big up Jamie saying correct. Hello, the name change makes me sound like a wavy Brazilian street baller, and I just feel like changing. Hey, I'm loving it. I can't lie, man. Jaminho, I'm feeling that. I bare rattled this Arteta in guy because I wanted Martinelli to start and didn't want Xhaka at left back, bro. I can't lie, man. Xhaka didn't want left back, but this, I hope people know this is not a long-term thing with him, because he will get exposed. He will get exposed eventually. So yeah, this Xhaka left back thing has to be temporary. Has to be. But yeah, Martinelli. I think Arteta just. I don't know. I just don't feel like Arteta quite rates Martinelli, but it is what it is. Big up the Ned Post podcast in the building. Make sure you go and subscribe to them people. Um, Unai Derby incoming. Great win for you. Yeah, Unai Derby's incoming. Yes, it is. Yes, it is, bro. It is. That's going to be an interesting tie because Unai Emery's going to have a lot of motivation for that one. Arteta can only have Xhaka left back when we play teams like Sheffield and Prague. I hear that. I agree with that. I can't lie. I think, yeah, man, you have to know who the opposition you're playing against. I think Slavia Prague didn't really have pacey wingers. Sheffield United, let's face it, were a waste of time. I think they are just looking forward to go back to the championship and regroup and restart. So yeah, you know, so yeah, I think we got away. I wouldn't say we got away with it. He did his job, but moving forward, he'll get exposed, and that's not even being unfair to Shaka. It wouldn't be his fault. That's not his position. He doesn't have the physical attributes to play that role. So yeah, I think Arteta needs to. I think it's a good learning, another good lesson for Arsenal that you can't go into a season with one fit, true left back. I know we had Kolasinac, but let's face it, Kolasinac, he's gone to Schalke, and it's not he's exactly improved things there. Him and Mustafi, they're still rock bottom, going down, which is crazy for Schalke. But yeah, moving on from them, they don't really matter at this point in time. Big up Jack Breslin in the building. Hope you're good, bro. Thanks for tuning in. Damn lot made Chelsea look like nuns from whistling at Laka on the pen spot to celebrate Smith Rowe's goal that did won the World Cup. Scummy club makes it even sweeter that we've embarrassed them tonight. Yeah, man. It's sweet. It's a good victory. I can't lie. We expected those type of things from them. But the most important thing is sometimes in football it's very easy to get rattled, but sometimes you can use those things as good motivation, and that's what it looked like today. And then when you add in the fact that their player got a ban for 10 games for being racially abused, it's a great win. It's a great win all round. I can't lie. And yeah, but no, definitely great point made there, to be honest. Great point, and appreciate you tuning in. I'm happy free back players shut that racist club up. Yeah, listen, man. Listen. I mean, 10 games is a good start. It's a good start. I would have been happier if he'd have been fined as well. But we know UEFA's priorities are not quite there yet. I think players can get banned longer for match betting than for committing a racist act. So that kind of says it all. And obviously, Kamara got a 3-game ban as well for retaliating. So yeah, it's there's still a long way to go. Long way to go. The fact we need to play Xhaka left back leaves us with Partey, Ceballos, and Oneni in midfield. That doesn't look good in the long run, even for the remainder of the season. Yeah, you know what? I think Ceballos is playing well at the moment. He's got his confidence back. I feel like he's just kind of floating around, just playing it simple. Partey's kind of just dictating the midfield. And yeah, there's a lot of energy around Partey, etc., which I think he's needed. Obviously, Xhaka has his qualities. He has his deficiencies too, which we know all about. But he doesn't know how to slow the game down when it's needed. Sometimes by default, because that's naturally his game, is to slow things down. But yeah, I think for the time being, it is what it is. It is what it is. I think centre mid is still something we need to look at for next season. Realistically, I never try and get too caught up in the moment. Ceballos needs to go back to Madrid. We tried it out. Nene probably needs to be sold. And if you tell me now, Xhaka needs to be sold as well. If you can get 20, 25 million for him and then recycle, get some money in, try and get like a Bissouma, promote Aziz from the youth squad, and you move forward, I know the Premiership is a different level of pressure, but we see what Dortmund can do in the German league, how many young players they promote. And I think sometimes with Arsenal, if we're apparently lacking resource in terms of being able to buy players, then yeah, I think maybe we need to look at the promoting young players route, because that can end up saving you money. And also at the same time, if a youngster becomes quality, then you build up the asset and potentially you can get money in that way. Big up Jack saying, love the content, bro. Much appreciated, man. Much love, man. It's you guys, everyone that's been supporting us since the beginning. You're invaluable to us. So, man, we appreciate you guys tuning in and that you enjoy. That's the most important. What do you think about potentially starting the likes of Aziz and Balogun this weekend against Fulham? You know what? I'm all for Aziz starting. Balogun starting. I think Lacazette it would be good if he could get a rest. Aubameyang, as I said, he's still got the malaria, so there's no chance he'll come back. So I would like to see Balogun, man. I think he's a good prospect, but it's time we see him. Yeah, as for Aziz, I definitely want to see him on the bench, and I would like for him to get 20 minutes. From the clips I've seen of him, I like the attributes that I see. He looks technically very composed, measured, cultured, which are all good attributes that we need. He looks like he can, over time, as he gets older, he'll fit into his body and become a powerful player. So I like that. Definitely I would like to see Balogun starting as he's come off the bench, for sure. But that's another great point as well, bro. What time are you doing player ratings? Right now, man. Going to go into player ratings right now. So people, make sure to let me know your thoughts. I'm going to go through them one by one. But make sure you're smashing that like button, people. And as I said, we're on the road to 200 subscribers, as you can see on the screen. So make sure you help us out there. If you enjoy the content, then do subscribe. And if you really enjoy it, then do share with your friends and family too. We got some good content coming up soon, some good interviews. So hopefully you guys will enjoy that. Before I do the player ratings, let me just do this. Rate these youngsters 1 to 3, man. Saka, Emma Smith Rowe, Gabby. Saka 1. I used to have Martinelli 1, but Saka's made such improvements in the technical aspect of his game that he could become a top player. I think Martinelli, the injuries and Arteta have slowed him down. So that's why I'm going to put Martinelli 2 and Smith Rowe 3. But Smith Rowe is also a quality player. And again, because he's very smart and astute and knows how to play the ball, pop it, run, he can have a very, very good career too. So, yeah, I would say Saka 1, Martinelli 2, and Smith Rowe 3. I would put it in that order. But I would definitely say it's not clear cut in the sense that in a year's time it could be different. But if you told me right now, based off what I've seen, I would say in that order. But yeah, let's start with the player ratings. In goal, Leno. Did he even have anything to do? Genuinely, if he had something to do, guys, tell me. He genuinely might as well have not played. The game was that easy. So I can't lie. I'm just going to give him a 6 because I would give him a 7, but he had nothing to do, man. So I'm just going to give him a 6. Yeah, Leno was 6. I think a Leno is 6 for me. I think a 6 is fair. Yeah, he had nothing to do. So yeah, man. Would love a United Arsenal final, bro. Everyone wants that's the final everyone wants. And I mentioned the fact the rivalry between the club, but it's also would be good for neutral fans because then they will definitely have one club they can banter afterwards. Because let's face it, Arsenal banter FC for the last 8 or 9 years, and United, they've kind of they're not a banter club, but you've been able to laugh at them a lot more since Ferguson's gone. And obviously we got Ole at the wheel and all that. So yeah. Jamin, you're saying average 5 for Leno. Yeah, I'm gonna give him a 6. Jalil's saying 7. That's generous, bro. But you're a generous guy. So yeah, man. Big up Phil in the building. Much love, Phil. Hope you're well. Saying big up Arsenal showed up when they're mad. For once. So yeah. Credit where it's due. Brilliant performance from everyone tonight. Credit where credit is due. I'm very harsh because my standards for Arsenal are still up here. I will literally never lower my standards. I know what I expect from the club, but there's also times when you just need to give credit for a good performance. But I know where I want Arsenal to be. I want them to return to the top. And and today's a start if we can get Champions League. Thought Mari and Holden were fantastic again tonight. Hard to drop Gabriel, but it's our best pairing at the moment. Yeah, that's a good point. I can't lie. Holden and Mari play well together. You know what? I've been impressed with Mari. He's slow, but his read on the game is excellent. And he's just got some defenders just have a natural calming presence where when it goes around them, you just feel more assured. And he's got that. Whereas as Gabriel, as talented and as good a defender as he is, sometimes he does things like he's in a rush, like he's rushing, which can create a little bit of a panic when there's no need. Like if you remember last week, the heavy touch that he took, Cedric should never have given it back to him, but that's not an excuse to take such a rash touch. But because he was probably a little bit anxious in that moment, that's where the touch was heavy. Long story short, corner given away, blah, 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 1-1. But yeah, been impressed with Mari, Holden as well. He's been good last 3 games. They just need to keep it up and keep consistent. And that's what it's about. That's what football's about. But yeah, let me go on the right-hand side, Callum Chambers. Again, I'm not a big fan of Chambers. I think I'll be honest and say I don't know how he's still at the club, how we haven't managed to sell him. But again, that kind of comes down to Arsenal have become a bit soft, where we struggle to be ruthless and let people go when they need to go. But for tonight and recently, I'm going to give Callum Chambers a 7. I'm going to give him a 7. He made some good runs going forward, up and down. Could have had better final delivery sometimes. But I'm going to give Callum Chambers a 7. I think it was a solid performance from him. We got Jaminho saying 6, Jalil saying 7. Yeah, I'm going to give him a 6. A 7. I understand 6, but I'm going to give him a 7. Jaminho spot on here. He wasn't that bad, but he's not good enough long term, 100%. And I think that's what sometimes people need to separate. You know, if let's say you're someone who doesn't really rate Xhaka, for example, or Chambers, etc., and they have a brilliant game, you can easily say, yo, he was absolutely amazing tonight, absolutely brilliant. And at the same time say, I still don't believe he's good enough long-term for Arsenal. You know, we need to get away from this thing that is black or white, always trying to have your point proven correct. Sometimes you can be wrong, sometimes you can be right. At the end of the day, you should only want what's best for your club. It's not here to be point scoring. But, you know, I think, yeah, unfortunately, society in general has moved a bit in that direction. But I digress. Europa paper over the cracks for you, bro. Definitely not, man. Definitely not, man. Not for me. I think I'll call Europa a great get out of jail card for Arteta. Great get out of jail card. Like if we get Europa and we're somehow Champions League, it's the classic thing. In 5 years, no one will look back and say, "Raw, Arsenal finished ninth that season." They'll just say, "Raw, Arsenal won Europa League, go back in Champions League," and you know, and that's football. The narrative can change very quickly. For me, I don't forget details. That's my problem is that I've got a good memory. So that's why it's annoying sometimes because, you know, it's like I'll bring up Ramsey, for example. Ramsey's loved by a lot of Arsenal fans because of the 2 goals he scored in the cup finals. But I don't forget the years of inconsistencies that Ramsey had in midfield. So, yeah, I always like to look at the picture in full and remember everything you did, not just isolated moments. Now, if he'd scored a winner in a Champions League final, then I might allow it, you know. But yeah, all this talk about Emery being a Europa League specialist should have ended after he left Sevilla. Moreno is a baller, but otherwise they're pretty underwhelming. We really should get through. Yeah, you know what? I agree, man. I think, to be honest with you, the only reason people are scared of Villarreal is because of Emery. Because, to be honest, I've looked at their team. You've mentioned Moreno there, good player. They've got the centre-back, Pau Torres. He's a good player. But they've got a lot of old players. A lot of quiet rejects. I think there was one. I think they still have Parejo. Do they still have Parejo in centre mid? Because he's quite old now. I think they still have Carlos Bacca, who was around like 6-7 years ago. He's still there. So, player for player, we shouldn't really be scared of Villarreal. We should be happy to be on this side of the draw. But Unai Emery, you know what, bro? I would still say he is a bit of a specialist in Europa League because we did get to the final with him. we got backs in the final, but we did get to the final with him. And, you know, he has got to the semis with Villarreal. So, you know, he is a bit of a specialist in Europa League. Yeah. I mean, yeah. I hate this point. Yeah, why did we get spanked? Yeah, that's Let's just forget about that game, Jack. Let's just forget about that game. There's so many questions about that game. Giroud had to score against us in the final as well. Yeah, next season we could be playing against PSG again, but let's not get carried away. Neymar against Holding. Imagine Bellerin still here. Neymar against Bellerin or Mbappe against Bellerin. Lord have mercy. Keep us in Europa League, actually. Keep us in Europa League. But you know what? Let me finish this player rating. So Holding, let me rattle through them. Holding, I'm going to give him a 7. Pablo Mari, I'm going to give him an 8. Maybe that's generous. Maybe I could have given him the same rating. But I like Pablo Mari, so I'm going to give him an 8. I've been very impressed with him. Xhaka left back, I'm going to give him a 7. Out of position, but did it doing his job. So I'm going to give him a 7. Credit where credit is due. Partey, I'm going to give him a 7-2. I think I'm going to give Partey a 7-2. I thought it was measured in midfield. Made some good challenges. Yeah, he tried a couple through balls that didn't quite pull up. They didn't quite work. But I feel like he deserved a 7. I feel like it was a good performance from him. Ceballos, don't want to be too generous, but we did win 4-0. I might give Ceballos a 7 as well. Give Ceballos a 7. He knitted the game well. He was very energetic, made some good tackles, like I said, good work rate. So yeah, kept the play ticking. So I think Ceballos is a 7. I think that's fair. He's been going through a bit of a hard time recently, but he's been getting back into form, which is good. Good for him personally as well. Saka on the right, I think he had a good game. Scored a very, very nice goal. What would I give Saka? Saka's a tricky one. He was very good, but I feel like there's something that tells me that I feel like Smith Rowe and Pepe were a bit more influential today. I don't know. Is that just me, people? Am I bugging? But I'm going to give Saka, you know what, because he did score a nice goal, I'll give him an 8. Smith Rowe as well, I thought he was superb today. Great work rate, good passing. For me, if you have the work rate and you got the passing ability, that's the perfect balance that you want. The intelligence is very important, especially in that number 10 position. I really liked his game today. It was good to see him play well. So I'm going to give Smith Rowe an 8. I thought it was very, very good. I'm going to give Pepe an 8 too. I thought he was a threat all night on the left. Good running, good energy, good pressing, which is not something usually attribute with Pepe. A good finish. Sometimes his finishing can be a bit but good finish. He was very good, man. He was a threat. Yeah, you know what? I'm going to give Pepe a 9. I'm going to give him man of the match. You know what? Jaminho agrees. Pepe man of the match. Pepe man of the match. Pepe was very good today. Pepe was very, very good. So big up Pepe. He's been doing well in Europa League all season actually. So big him up. And up front, lacazette 8. Composed penalty, which I had no real doubts because he's a top penalty taker. And good second finish as well. Nice little ball roll to get onto his left foot, slotted in the bottom bins. So very good from Lacazette as well. Listen, Pepe 9, yeah, that might be generous. I can't lie, but hey, 4-0. Pepe deserves it. He's been getting a lot of stick, you know. He'd start for United. Nah, maybe not. But big up Pepe. Smith Rowe, Saka, Gabby, and Pepe could be our front four for a decade if we play our cards right and they avoid injury. Do you think we'll be able to hang on to all of them as they progress? Now, let's think about this. So Gabby, so that means Martinelli converted as a striker, which can work depending on how good Balogun becomes. I would say Saka on the right is pretty much cemented. Smith Rowe as a number 10, I do like. But I have like what I've seen from Odegaard as well. If we can keep him, I think we can definitely. I think that the advantage we have with Saka and Smith Rowe is that they come through the academy, so that always gets you an extra little bit of loyalty. So if as long as we improve as a club, they will be happy to stay, I reckon. Martinelli all depends on the game time he gets and how much he improves. He is South American Brazilian, so if he does become a superstar, will he want to go abroad to Spain, to Italy? That's the type of questions we need to ask. And Pepe is the only one I'm hesitant to say out of those four because I need to see more consistency from him, Jack. I think when I see more consistency from him, then I'll say, yeah, Pepe will be here for a long time. Because I can't lie to you, Jack. There's been times where I've said, you know what? If you offer me 40 million this summer, I'll say, let's cut our losses. Let's cut our losses. It might sound crazy harsh, but sometimes you need to take your losses early before you take a real loss, as we saw with the likes of Mustafi, etc. But again, maybe that's me being too much praise at the moment, but I've wanted a lot more from Pepe, and he's doing it at the moment. So big up to him. But yeah, we got some good young players. I can't lie. And let me do Arteta as well. I'm going to give Arteta a 9. When you win 4-0 away from home, go get through to the semis. That's what you deserve. He could get a 10, but to get a 10 from me is difficult. I can't lie. You guys will find that out over time. But yeah, and you know what? Before I leave you guys and girls, and thanks everyone for the inputs, being much love as always. Last minute stream. I'm just gonna have a look ahead to the semi-finals. We've got our European review show tomorrow, 6:30. But United are through. I think they're playing Roma because I think Roma equalized late on. There was some VAR drama against Ajax. But I think Dzeko made it 1-1. So yeah, Roma United. That's a good tie, but I expect United to go through. I can't lie. I don't think Italian sides. I think United have got the pace on the break. That's their game. So yeah, let me just double check Roma did go through. Yeah, they went through. So yeah, I do fancy United to go through that one and get to the final. And as for us against Villarreal, I can't lie. Like I'm expecting us to go through. I'm just not that scared of Villarreal's team. I think, like I said, Unai Emery has to do a masterclass. Because I'm just looking at Villarreal's team now, guys. They go Juan Foyth right back, the Tottenham reject. Raul Albiol centre back. I thought he was like 50 by now. Pau Torres, yeah, quality. They got Etienne Capoue, who I think was at Watford last year. Parejo, who's getting on. And then they got Alcacer. Yeah, we've known about Alcacer for a little while. And then they've got the Nigerian right winger Chukwueze on the right wing. He's a threat. But we shouldn't be afraid. And they got Coquelin as well, actually. They got Coquelin. So maybe we should be afraid of Coquelin coming back and doing a madness of a midfield masterclass at the Emirates from Francis Coquelin. Yeah. Well, I think we can go through. I can't lie. I'm going to put my neck on the line. I'm predicting a Man United Arsenal final. After that, don't ask me about who's going to win. I need to see who's fit. Then I'll tell you guys. But for now, I'm going to predict Arsenal and United to go through. So, yeah, man. Let me see. Jack, what's he saying? If you had 100 million to spend this summer and Auba leaves, who are you signing? Great question. Probably something I need more time to think about. But off the top of my head, 100 million. So is that 100 million? Is that with Aubameyang having been gone as well? I'm going to assume it is. If 100, give me 100 million, I would sign Basuma to play next to Partey. So that will probably take out like 40 million. Then I would sign a backup left back. Try and spend no more than 10, 15. Even if you could get Ryan Bertrand on the free from Southampton, get him as the backup, do a solid job. I'll get a right back. I'll sell Bellerin for 20 million and then see if I can get Lamptey from Brighton for 30 million plus any add-ons. So do that. So I'll probably go about, 30 million left? What would I do with that last 30? I'll probably sign a striker. Well, actually, we keep Balogun. Yeah, I'll sign a striker. Um, I don't know. This might be a bit of a wild one, but um I like Odson Edward at Celtic. I don't know why I like him. He's a good player. I think he could step up. I'll probably spend like 15. I think he's got 1 year left, so we could probably get away with spending 20 million. Yeah, so I'll probably do something like that, Jack. Yeah, I think if we could get someone with Basuma. Oh, I forgot Odegaard as well. Yikes. We wouldn't mind getting another number 10 as well. That's a good question, Jack. I can't lie. Can you give me like 50 million more? Damn, this is what it feels like to be Arteta. Shit, this is peak. But yeah, I'd say Basuma for sure. I like Basuma a lot with Partey. Backup left back Bertrand on a free transfer. And then yeah, right back sell Bellerin, get Lamptey in. And yeah. Yeah, I think Matt Ryan, yeah, get Matt Ryan, keep him as backup. Keep him as backup. We've already let go of Martinez, so the damage is done there. Just get Matt Ryan back up, solid enough keeper. We saw what he did for years at Brighton. Yeah, good enough backup, man. Good enough backup to do a job. Yeah, you know what, Jalil, I hear you. You don't want him on free if we can spend 20 mil, but let's face it, man. 20 mil on a keeper ain't going to be the priority this summer for Arsenal, man. So yeah, man. We need to use our money wisely. I can't lie. Would you guys still sign Aouar? There was a lot of hype about Aouar last year. Would you guys still sign him? I'm not sure. I'm not sure I would. I like him. You know what? Actually, Jack, I would take, this might be mad, and don't hit the dislike button for this, but I'd try. I know we won't get him, but I would try and get Memphis Depay on a free. Have him as the main man, and then have Balogun and Lacazette as backups. And then really go in all in on Basuma and Odegaard, or Basuma and Buendia. I like Buendia. Basuma, Buendia. And all of a sudden you got Basuma, Partey, Buendia behind, and you got Pepe left, Smith Rowe, Saka right, and then Depay up front, and you got Smith Rowe on the bench. You got Martinelli on the bench, etc. And Balogun and Lacazette. It's not bad. It's not bad. I can't lie. And then Bertrand as a backup, left back, Lamptey right back. Hey, you know what? I also know I need to get me as like some director of football side, man. I can make it happen. No, or what overrated? Yeah, that's the thing, man. I don't know. He's a good player, but I need to, yeah, man. I need to see him out of the French league. But yeah, people, listen. That's it from me. Much love to you all for tuning in, man. Make sure to smash that like button, as I said. Make sure to subscribe, support us, and share with any of your friends, etc., etc. Road to 200 subscribers. I'm sure we'll get there real soon. Much love as always, people, for all the support. You guys have all been amazing for us. 100%. Basuma gets better at every game. Yeah, let's not talk about William. Let's end it now on a positive note. I can't lie, man. Can't lie, Jaminho. But yeah, people, smash that like button. Subscribe to the channel. As always, as Jalil says, smash and hit that like button, people. Love. And yeah, big up to Arsenal. 4-0 away victory against Slavia Prague. Unai Emery derby next. And yeah, let's hope we have some good evenings, as he would say. But yeah, for now, people, we're out. Much love. Much appreciated. Take care, guys and girls. Peace out. Good night.